What's up everyone? I decided to come to you guys with my eyeshadow tips and tricks. So first I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer with a flat kind of concealer brush, and I just use the concealer over my eyes to conceal them and have a base for the eyeshadow to stick to and make it more pigmented. So now, as you guys can see here, I did one eye and I used the Carnival XL Pro palette, period. Pause right here if you need to see the shades. And I used a kind of flat brush, but like still defined, and I used it to buff out the outer corner. Now I'm using a fluffier kind of brush to, buff it out even more, and this brush is specifically from Beaky Blenders. Using a denser kind of brush to pack in that darker shade to add some depth to the cut crease when we get to that point. Just going back in with the thicker, fluffier brush to just blend everything in so it's more seamless. So that's probably a tip that I would really recommend. And now I'm using the concealer again, but this time we are cutting that crease. And we are using patting motions because for some reason dragging motions just don't work for me, and that's just me. So this is another trick that I recommend. You do want to make sure that you are looking at each eye to make sure that they're even, and tapping out the concealer to make sure that it dries evenly, and so that one part has a lot of concealer and the other part is screaming for a little love. Now it's time to use the shimmer. So for my shimmers, that's when I go in with Cargo on the outer corner, which you don't have to do a gradient like this, but I think it makes the looks even better. So now I'm just using my ring finger because I feel like it gets the most pigment out of any palette, not just this palette. And I just use it and I just dab it in. And now I'm using Peppermint, and it's just so creamy and rich, and I love it. And the pigment, there! So now to clean it up, because your finger is not really that precise, I go back in with the color that I used outside the crease, and I just kind of clean it up like that extra glitter, and just also add more depth to make the cut crease and the outer V look more seamless, like they are blending together. Once again, I go in with my blending brush and I just buff everything out, to make it all blended. And I also do my eyes before the rest of my makeup. So I don't know if that's a tip to prevent fallout and all such things like that. And now I'm using the color Heavenly in the inner corner to, just add that pizzazz. And now I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup, and here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed.